Hey guys, welcome to ANS Academy. So since all of you know that my previous channel was hacked and this is the fresh channel I have, so I'm trying to make the old videos once again, but this time in a new way obviously. So this is the video we are talking about ISI and CMI 2020, the exams, how they have changed due to the pandemic going on around the globe, and how can we prepare for it, what could be some secret guidance at least for this year, considering that there is no interview, there is a lot of changes in the marking system, so there could be a lot of it, and how it might affect the quality of the paper. So I'll go to the board now. Now see, for 2020 we have a series of changes in ISI. So ISI first of all has a change which is called, as there is no interview up to the PhD level, I guess. So at least for the bachelor's and the master's there is no interview. There is only two types of selections, that is the written test 1 and the written test 2 kind of selections. So BSTAT and BMSTAT people fall under the category where it's written as, which I am giving in the description below, selection policy. The written test 1 and written test 2 are both graded, and then beforehand a cutoff is set for both the scores. Then they are shortlisting the top, let's say 50, 100, 150, but whatever it will be a multiple of 50 students. The top 50, 100, 100, 200, however, whatever they like, they're going to select this kind of students. Then they're again going to shortlist, just like before, by multiplying the objective score with 2, subjective with 9, adding them up, and then finally getting the score once again for the top 50 students and selecting them. So this is going to be the entire thing, procedure. For CMI it's not clear, so I guess it should be as before. Now coming to the quality of the paper, the quality of the paper would be very different to previous year papers, because this year people have got, there could be two kind of things that we can consider. Either the paper would be too difficult or it would be too easy. Now by too easy I do not mean that it would be easier than JEE Main, it would be obviously always of the level of JEE Advanced or more. But sometimes ISI papers are way ahead of JEE Advanced, like JEE Advanced is not even a competitor back then. But this year I do not think that should be the case, because I think it should be a moderate to difficult level paper, not really in the difficult part of the zone. So this year some important topics, what to prepare, where to prepare from, I am going to tell you in this video only. So for the calculus part, just hang on here. For the calculus part, the thing you need to prepare the most is basically limits and differentiability and continuity. So these three things are the important things in calculus. First of all, out of all the differentiation, then integration, then we have area under curves and all that, this is the most important thing that you have to prepare. And after that we have obviously a second most important topic, number theory. Number theory, I will be posting videos on this stuff. I will be making a live stream on how to do this kind of stuff, and for the problem section I will be posting a problems video doing on my pen tab. So for number theory I will be posting enough material, but for limits, continuity and differentiability I will be posting theory as well as problems, because this is very essential. Now this is for the BSTAT portion, and except there are algebra, there is polynomials, and you can expect questions like simple questions like, let's say we have n factorial by m to the power n, and they're asking you what is the highest power of n such that this is an integer. This kind of questions can be very well driven by just finding out the greatest prime factor of m which appears in n. So by the de Polytonic formula, by the same formula from which you apply and understand how many zeros are there in the end of a factorial. I'll explain that too, that how to find that if this is an integer. So coming to these topics, these are all for BSTAT and BMath. Now for the masters people, the people who are going to apply for the masters, let's say MTech QROR, or let's say MTech CS or MSTAT or MMath in fact, these people are going to have also a change in their paper. Now the change is based on a few facts, so I'm going to erase this. The change of the master's degree people is basically that they'll have to face a paper where the weightage of the topics that they have learned for their specific topic will be much greater. The weightage, by the weightage I do not mean the question pattern, but I do mean the difficulty. That means if you are going to appear for MSTAT, Then, as you know, there are a certain number of subjective questions for the MSTAT portion. So that number of subjective questions are going to increase in difficulty a lot. This is known because the thing is, for this year's MSTAT, I've talked to, let's say, more than 15 people of MSTAT who are going to appear for this year, and all of them are really trying to understand the core concepts of statistics rather than doing the Olympic mathematics, which appears in the objective section and the first 3 subjectives. So this year, focus on the statistics portion more, and yeah, the Olympics is your bonus. If you know the Olympic problems well, you're going to get a bonus in any of your exams you go for ISI and CMI. So this completes, and I'll also talk about it more in a specific separate video. So right now, what should be your preparation strategy? For ISI, if you are a bachelor student, the preparation strategy, according to me, at least for this last 2 months, if it were confirmed that the exam is going to be happening on 2nd of August, you should start preparing calculus first, and you should start with the tomato book, try and do all the objectives and the subjectives, and then go for the Putnam problems. Just understand me clearly. Putnam A1 and A2 problems, and sometimes the A6 problem. So try from Putnam 1959, I suppose, and end up in 2019. Try and sort out all the problems you can, maybe 150 problems. See whichever you think can be given in the ISI exam. Some are more harder, some are less harder. So try and do all the less harder and medium to harder problems and leave out the rest. So that really would be the way to go for calculus, and they also include algebra and other problems. The second Olympiad you should do is the USMO problems. The USMO problems are very intuitive and they are very good. So you should do the USMO problems. The books you need for these problems is, I'll just tell you the book names. The first book which you are going to use at least is obviously Problem Solving Strategies by Arthur Angel, PSS in short. PSS obviously. Then we have the tomato. And take both the books of Mathematical Olympiad Challenges and Mathematical Olympiad Treasures by Tito and Rescue, and that's a very good book for problems, so you're going to do it from there. For Dapton Equation, I will always suggest Introduction to Dapton Equations by Tito and Rescue, and if you're going for geometry, then Geometry Revisited is a great book, along with Mathematical Circles, which is basically a book of puzzles but still very enriched in geometry. But you should not go for Mathematical Circles now because it will be very hard to complete it. So this completes the book section, which I am going to give the link in the description, from which you can know what to do. And coming to the topics and theory, I'll be making a video in my computer later on so that you can know each topic beautifully. So this video is basically for you to comment down and let me know, and I'll answer you in the section, and that will be included in the next video where I'll be preparing each topic exclusively for the exam. For the JEE people, there would be separate exams, there would be obviously separate syllabus, so I'll be making a separate video as usual. And for this one, I'll be making some problems, and one more announcement to make, that I'm going to solve and give a problem of the week section every week, as I used to give on my earlier days. So problem of the week section will be coming, where all of you can answer the question, and if you can answer it correctly, you will be going to get featured and everyone is going to see your solution. So it's kind of a cool thing we can have, and we can interact with each other. So I think that should be all for this video. So for the next video, I'm going to post a bunch of problems and I'll discuss it with them.